Hey, what is up YouTube? This is not the video I thought I was going to be making today. Long story short, I was only supposed to work a couple of hours this morning. That turned into more than a full day's work, but hey, we're free now, and the video I was going to make was going to be swapping the pickups out of my PRSS2, taking out those Korean-made number 7s and dropping in a pair of Seymour Duncan Black Winters. I'll see, I might make that tomorrow. We'll see how I feel. We'll see if I have time. I would like a day off to just goof around and do whatever I want, but we'll see. But what we're going to be talking about today is a little bit of an experience, I guess you'd call it, that I had this morning. Like I said, I knew I was going to be working this morning, and I just figured, hell, let's go ahead and give a couple of really good bands some money. For albums that I've been listening to since they came out on Spotify. And yeah. And yes, I am the kind of guy that, yeah, I know Spotify's free, it's there, but if I keep listening and keep going back to the same album over and over, I will just give the bands some money. It's as simple as that. I don't have Spotify at home, I only have it at work. I don't have Spotify on my phone, so when I'm walking around, I always have earphones in. If I'm not listening to a podcast, my phone is on shuffle and I'm just listening to random music. But yeah, I am that guy. I still buy music. It's not in the frame here, but behind me is a gigantic 8-foot tall tower that's full of about 400 and some odd CDs. I lost count. Do I ever use them? No. Years and years ago, I just decided I was switching as much as possible to digital media. I stopped buying physical CDs as much as possible, and all those CDs got ripped and put into digital format, and that's how they live now. So what were the albums I wanted to get this morning? Well, the first one was Enslaved's new album called E. If you don't know Enslaved, they're kind of like a prog black metal band. If you do know Enslaved, the album is amazing. You guys should check it out if you haven't already. You should have done by now. But yeah, I wanted to buy that, and I wanted to buy the new Cradle of Filth, Cryptoriana, which, say what you will, I've been listening to Cradle of Filth since I was a kid. They're kind of the ones that got me into extreme metal back in the early 90s, and they were just my gateway drug into black metal, stuff like Burzum and Darkthrone and everything else you can imagine. So they will always have a place in my heart. Some of that middle stuff, like everything after Midian up to the last 2 or 3 albums, was not fantastic. I've got them all. I paid for all of them. And I still listen to them once in a while. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. So that was my goal this morning. Let's just buy those 2 albums. Should be easy, right? Digitally, right? I mean, I'm at home, I'm at my computer, I've got high-speed internet. Let's go ahead and buy those albums, download them, and put them on so I can listen to music while I'm working. Yeah, no. If you guys don't follow this channel, I'm in Canada, Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And yeah, turns out not many options for digital music here in Canada. We'll start with Enslaved, because that one has a bit more of a happier ending, I guess you'd call it. So start Googling, and oh, shit, yeah, that's true. My friend told me Amazon sells digital music. It's fully DRM free, which is what I want, because all my music is on my computer at home, it's on my computer at work, and it's on my Android phone. And I don't want DRM. I want to play my music how I want to play it. I play it on my computer when I'm working here through my studio monitors. If I have people over and we're playing board games or something, I stream all my music through Plex into my living room. Same thing at work, just drop all the music on my computer, on my phone. I play it with whatever player I want to play it with on Android, and that's how I want my music. So hey, Amazon, my friend told me, it's DRM free. He's used it a bunch. I'm like, alright, well cool. Amazon.ca. No option for digital music at all, anywhere. None of the bands that I looked up have digital music on Amazon.ca. Okay, well, fuck it. I use Amazon.com, I use Amazon.co to order physical stuff. Never had an issue. It ships here, It's always been fine, right? They take my money, they're happy to take my money. Amazon.com. Well, shit, they've got the new Enslaved Eve, they've got the new Cradle of Filth Cryptoriana, both as digital downloads, both for about $9 a piece US. That's reasonable, $10 for an album, whatever, I'm down with that. Problem is, it'll let you. It lets me get all the way to click here to submit and pay us, and then it goes, I'm sorry, that's not a valid billing method. I'm like, oh. Well, maybe I haven't used Amazon.com in a while. Maybe it's still got my old credit card. Nope, it's the right one. Read the little text, and lo and behold, they will not accept any billing method where the billing address is outside of the US for any digital music and product downloads off Amazon.com. Well, that sucks. Here I am, a music fan, trying to give these bands money for their work instead of going ahead and just pirating it like most people seem to do nowadays. Okay, let's see if there's any other options. Finally, I clicked and oh shit, well, Bandcamp. Bandcamp has always been reliable. They will take my money. They don't care where you are. They will take your money because it's the bands, as far as I know, that post the stuff on there. Or the record labels sometimes. Let's search. Well, hell, Enslaved posts all their albums on Bandcamp. Not only that, but it's $9 USD or pay us more. Well, if I'm going to give you $9, might as well round it up to 10, right? So you just made an extra $1 off of me just for having the simplicity and the ability for me to download the music how I want it, when I want it, and where I want it. And hell, so that one, happy ending, no problem. Well, hell, I'm on Bandcamp. Let's see if Cradle of Filth has a Bandcamp. Nope, no Bandcamp for Cradle of Filth. No options at all. They've got a couple of the remix albums or something on there, but that's it. Alright, well, let's keep on Googling. The only place I found it that would sell it digital in Canada is Google Music. And all the legal mumbo-jumbo around it kind of led me to understand, and this is one of those things where you could read it and understand it as, hey, this is DRM free, do whatever you want with it. Or you could very easily understand it, and what threw me off is they had an extra little note going, yeah, you can download this, you can play this, even online, offline, doesn't matter, but you have to be signed into your Google account. And it sounded to me like if you lose connection and you sign out of your Google account, all that music gets deleted off your device. That sounds like DRM to me, so no go. I am not risking it. Even if it's only a $10 album, I'm not risking it. I don't want to give you $10 for something I won't be able to use how I want to use it. Simple as that. Googled some more. For Cradle of Filth, there is just zero options to buy their albums digitally in Canada, as far as I can tell. DRM free, no option. From a couple of Googles, it sounds like the record label Nuclear Blast does actually sell the albums as FLAC files. I don't know how you get them, because if I go to Nuclear Blast and I look at any band I could think of, I could not. You could buy CDs, you could buy vinyls, you can buy all the merch, but I did not see a single link anywhere for click here and download our digital media. Luckily, I helped out a friend, gave him a code for a discount on something he had ordered, and he repaid me by just buying the album off of amazon.co.uk and sending it to me. So, nice guy, happy ending there too, I guess. But for all the rest of the people, what do? You're out there, you're here, you're in Canada, and you always hear this. I've heard this for years now about, like, everyone pirates everything in Canada. Well, why do you think that is? Why do you think that is if you do not give us an option to give you money for a good that you're selling, but you just don't want to sell it in Canada? If you're selling the album digitally in the UK, you're selling it digitally in the US, why is there no option for me, as a Canadian, to give you money for the digital album? Don't complain that we pirate stuff if you're not going to be willing to sell it to us here how we want it. And I don't know too many people that it, it varies. You know, there's guys that will go out and they'll buy a crap load of vinyl. I don't have the place for it. I'm not that much of a like, I listen to music while I'm working. I'm not gonna have a vinyl player and a whole mess of vinyls and just sit there and listen to music. That's just not me. If that's you, good. A lot of the places will actually, if you buy the vinyl, they'll just include like a code for a digital download. That might be how you get them off Nuclear Blast, actually. But yeah, there's just no option for a lot of these. And this isn't even going, and I mean, like I said, this is Enslaved and Cradle of Filth. These are not like super tiny bands that no one's heard of, which is another thing. What do you do when you're into, like I am, black metal, and you find this amazing super underground band that no one's ever freaking heard of from some ass backwards country across the world, and there's just no option to give this guy money for his work and his album? Gonna paraphrase, I think it was Chris Rock that said this, but I'm gonna paraphrase it, but piracy. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I understand. If you're not gonna give people the option, then don't bitch that we pirate stuff if you're not willing to sell it to us. And that's just for music. I'm not even gonna get into movies right now because there are zero ways anywhere, as far as I know right now, to be able to buy a digital movie without a physical copy attached. And I still buy a crap load of Blu-rays and DVDs, sadly, because there's just no way to get a digital copy and pay them for that DRM free. There's no way. You can buy it through Amazon, but you have to play it through like one of the Amazon players. You can buy it through iTunes, but you have to play it in iTunes. I don't want that. I like all my media to be DRM free, and that's just not an option right now. So yeah, I'm still buying freaking DVDs. There's a crap ton of them in my entertainment unit. There's an even bigger crap ton of DVDs stacked in my storage unit because, again, I buy the DVDs because I have no other bloody option. I rip them. I put them on my media server to watch through Plex, wherever I want to watch it on my media devices. And it is what it is. Anyway, enough ranting. Tell me what you guys think. I mean, like I said, I understand, and you can tell I'm not young. I grew up in the 90s where your friend would lend you a cassette tape, you'd put it in your tape deck, you'd make a copy for yourself, you'd make copies of stuff that was playing off the radio. I grew up when Napster was like the big, what do you want to call it, scandal with Metallica and all that. So I understand, but what do you guys think? Do you guys pirate all your music? Do you guys buy all your music? Are you one of these guys that's still buying a crap ton of vinyls? And yeah, just to wrap this up, what really got me is, and I think they're through Nuclear Blast as well, I forget now, it's been a long day like I said, but when I was trying to find the Enslaved albums, you won't sell me a digital frickin' copy, but you're still selling fucking cassettes. Who the fuck still buys cassettes? Seriously. Anyway,